But listen, I want y'all to see something.
Let me see.
Listen to this.
I just wanted to tell you the good news. What? And I'm coming to see you.
I thought you said you were engaged. Because your ass is already engaged.
You hear Tracy?
The Braxton family has always looked like the definition of sister goals on the surface. Talented, successful, and bonded through music and reality TV. But lately there's been talk that Tamar Braxton has been saying something that's making everyone rethink the entire family dynamic. And for once, she's not pointing fingers at her sisters. She's looking straight at her mother, Miss Evelyn Braxton. What Tamar is allegedly revealing about how she was raised is darker than anyone expected. And it's making people realize that maybe the so-called problem child of the family was never the real problem at all. Tamar Braxton has never been someone who holds back. From her days on Braxton Family Values to her social media presence now, she's always let people see the messy, unfiltered version of her life. The fights with Vince, the tension with her sisters, the industry drama, it's all played out in public. And because of that, she's been labeled dramatic, exhausting, and too much. Every time she speaks up about something, the internet rushes to call her out or roll their eyes. It's like she can't open her mouth without someone accusing her of doing the most. But according to sources close to the situation, what Tamar has allegedly been saying lately hits completely different. She's not just venting or throwing shade. She's connecting the dots between her behavior and her upbringing in a way that's making people stop and actually listen. Tamar has opened up about the emotional environment she grew up in, and she's naming her mother as the primary source of that tension. She's claimed that Miss Evelyn held on to resentment for years, especially toward their father, Michael Braxton. That anger didn't just stay between the parents. According to these reports, it seeped into the entire household and shaped how every sister learned to handle conflict, pain, and relationships.
Tamar Braxton sharing her near-death experience after she says she woke up covered in blood.
I just had to speak about what I was going through.
Tamar has reportedly admitted that this is the first time she's fully understood how much her mother's unresolved emotions affected her own personality. And hearing her say that out loud is a big deal because Tamar has spent years being blamed for tearing the family apart. Now she's saying the foundation was already cracked long before she ever acted out. The situation with Evelyn and Michael Braxton goes back more than 2 decades. Their marriage ended in the year 2000 after Evelyn discovered Michael was cheating. And according to reports, that betrayal never fully healed. Evelyn carried that bitterness forward, and it became part of the emotional tone of the entire family. The anger wasn't just present, sources claim it was loud. And the sisters didn't just witness it, they absorbed it. They grew up watching their mother hold grudges, shut people out, and use emotional pressure to keep control. That kind of environment leaves a mark, and Tamar is finally admitting how deeply it affected her. What makes this even heavier, according to people familiar with the family dynamics, is that during the divorce, Evelyn allegedly made her daughters choose sides. If any of the sisters tried to maintain a relationship with their father, they faced the coldest treatment from their mother. That decision created a rift that lasted for years. Tracy Braxton, who lived closest to their dad in Maryland, refused to cut him off.
Life.
How dare he try to tell me how to raise my kids after he have abandoned us. He has some nerve.
Y'all have lives to live yourself, and she can't run her life, her home.
She kept that connection strong no matter how Evelyn felt about it. And Evelyn never forgave her for that. Some people close to the family claim that tension between Evelyn and Tracy lasted all the way until Tracy passed away in March 2022, which adds an incredibly heartbreaking layer to the story. When you think about a mother holding on to anger toward her own daughter for that long, it shows just how deep the resentment ran. Tamar was the youngest in the family, and her role in all of this was allegedly different from her sisters. While Tracy and some of the others tried to maintain their own perspectives, Tamar stayed completely loyal to their mother. She reportedly ran everything by Miss E, every decision, every move, every opinion. That created a bond that went beyond closeness, and it turned into emotional dependency. And that relationship shaped how Tamar saw the world and how she reacted to conflict. Even now, as a grown woman approaching 50, Tamar is still unpacking how much her mother's influence controlled her life. According to reports, Miss Evelyn didn't just hold grudges. She demanded to be the loudest voice in every room and expected everyone to follow her word without question. If Tamar had an opinion that didn't align with what her mother believed, It allegedly got shut down immediately. There was no space for disagreement. Evelyn allegedly used her role as a single mother who raised 6 kids alone as the ultimate justification for why her daughters owed her complete loyalty. That guilt sat heavy on all of them, but especially on Tamar, who was the baby of the family. She grew up feeling like she had to protect her mother's emotions, even when it meant ignoring her own. People online are now connecting the dots in a way they never did before. They're going back and watching old episodes of Braxton family values, and they're noticing patterns they completely missed the first time around. In so many scenes, Evelyn would insert herself into arguments that had nothing to do with her.
And your home too.
You know what? Had you been home long enough to help me to raise them, it wouldn't be such a problem. But where were you?
What
Out
did
there
you
hanging in the street,
What did you do
doing
all
whatever
day?
you were
What
big
did you
enough
do
to
all day long?
And every time she got involved, the situation escalated instead of calming down. Viewers are also pointing out how often Tamar would try to express something real, something vulnerable, and the conversation would immediately shift to Evelyn's pain, Evelyn's experiences, Evelyn's sacrifices. Tamar's emotions never got space to be heard, according to viewers rewatching these moments. And when your voice is constantly overshadowed, you eventually learn to shout louder just to be acknowledged. That's what people are realizing now. Tamar's explosive reactions weren't random, they were learned. Another thing people are noticing is how Evelyn weaponized her sacrifices in every argument. Anytime one of her daughters tried to push back or set a boundary, she'd remind them of everything she gave up, everything she endured, and everything she did to raise them alone. And while those sacrifices are absolutely real and deserve respect, using them as emotional leverage is a different story. It created an environment where none of the daughters could challenge their mother without feeling ungrateful or disloyal. That kind of pressure shapes a person fast. And for Tamar, who was already the most emotionally expressive sister, it reportedly turned into a survival mechanism. She learned to react big because anything smaller got ignored. What's interesting is that even now, more than 20 years after the divorce, some observers claim the tension hasn't faded. Evelyn still shows anger when it comes to the past, and that frustration spills over onto her daughters. Every argument, every misunderstanding, every moment of emotional chaos seems to trace back to wounds that the family never fully healed from, according to those analyzing the family dynamic. And now that Tamar is speaking openly about it, people are starting to agree with her perspective.
Can I ask you something, Miss Evelyn? Do you know what her pain is? Because the only reason a person would behave in this manner,
We're not gonna throw this behavior word around
consistently.
again. We're not gonna do that. She does not have a behavior problem, and that's not fair.
First of all, your finger in my face is not gonna work for me.
They're seeing how Evelyn might have unintentionally set the tone for all the disrespect and emotional confusion the family deals with today. The way she reacted to her own pain trickled down into her daughters' lives, shaping how they handle resentment, loyalty, and conflict. Someone online recently said, "I want to make a list of villains people don't even recognize as villains, and Evelyn Braxton is going at the top." That comment might sound harsh, but a lot of people feel like Evelyn represents a specific type of parent. Loving and protective, but also controlling, reactive, and quick to use guilt as a weapon. And when Tamar said that Evelyn's habits and expectations shaped her in ways people never understood, it hit a lot of viewers personally. It made them rethink how much of Tamar's attitude is actually Tamar being Tamar, and how much of it is learned behavior from years of trying to survive emotional pressure inside the family home. The more people dig into the Braxton family history, the more they're questioning whether the sisters were ever truly united, or if they were just holding each other hostage emotionally. That's a heavy question, but it's one that fans are finally brave enough to ask. The family always pushed this image of strength and togetherness, but underneath that, there was a lot of forced loyalty. Evelyn used guilt and sacrifice to demand that her daughters stay close, even when the relationship stopped feeling healthy. If one sister felt hurt too bad, they had to stick together anyway.
The reality star opening up about what she went through on Instagram, writing, "I struggled to write this. I was found in a pool of blood with a face injury. I fractured my nose, lost some teeth and mobility. I don't even know what happened to me."
If another sister needed space, it was not allowed. Everything was expected to stay inside the family, even when the emotional weight was way too heavy to carry. And here's the part some people don't want to admit. A lot of viewers now believe the Braxton sisters don't genuinely like each other the way they claim. They love each other, that part seems clear. But love doesn't always mean compatibility. You can care for someone and still clash with their personality every single day. And in this family, those clashes weren't small, according to what viewers have witnessed. They were explosive, and right in the center of that storm was Tamar. She's always been the one who speaks the loudest, reacts the fastest, and refuses to hide her emotions. And because of that, she became the easiest one to blame. Anything that went wrong, people said Tamar caused it, Tamar escalated it, Tamar made it worse. But the more people look at the family history, the more they see that Tamar wasn't the root of the problem. She was just the one who refused to stay quiet. Being outspoken in a household full of unresolved tension will always turn you into the scapegoat. And Tamar's personality made her the perfect target. The thing is, behind all the jokes and the shade, she was often the only one telling the truth. She just didn't package it in a soft way. And that truth hit people the wrong way. Instead of addressing the real issues, the blame kept getting pushed onto her again and again, according to those who followed the family's journey. Now people are asking if Tamar was unfairly blamed all these years, or if she played a part in the chaos too.
I keep remembering that tomorrow would have gone on anyway. So why not keep living, keep pushing forward? Even when you don't understand, you keep pushing forward.
And honestly, it's probably a mix of both. But what's becoming clear to many is that the environment she grew up in set her up to be reactive, defensive, and emotionally raw. That's not an excuse, but it is context. And context matters. The Braxton family has always been in the conversation when people talk about families who seem polished on the outside but cracked beneath the surface. They carry this image of strong women who had it all under control. But once the layers started peeling back, the truth looked nothing like the picture-perfect version they tried to present. They were raised to pretend everything was fine, even when the tension was loud enough to shake the whole house. And the more people rewatch old episodes and interviews, the clearer it becomes to them that a lot of that pressure came straight from Miss E. She reportedly pushed the idea of family unity so hard that it turned into a rule, not a natural bond. What's also coming to light is how the family dynamic affected each sister differently. Toni, the oldest and most successful, learned to compartmentalize and keep her professional life separate from family chaos. She presents herself as calm and polished, but even she has had her moments of tension with both her sisters and her mother. Tawanda became the mediator, constantly trying to keep peace and smooth over conflicts, which put enormous pressure on her to be the reasonable one. Trina wanted her own space and identity outside of being a Braxton sister, which sometimes caused friction when she tried to establish boundaries. And then there's the tragedy of Tracy, who passed away from esophageal cancer in March 2022. Tracy's relationship with the family was complicated, and many fans noticed over the years that she often seemed to be on the outside looking in. Her decision to maintain a relationship with their father allegedly created a permanent divide with Evelyn, and some sources claim that one never fully healed before Tracy's death. That's a particularly painful aspect of this story because it suggests that family grudges and unresolved anger can last until it's too late to fix them. Tamar's recent comments have shifted the entire conversation. People are starting to see the Braxton dynamic through a completely different lens. They're realizing that Miss E's influence wasn't just strong inside the home. It ran deep into the sisters' relationships with each other. Every disagreement came with extra layers: guilt, loyalty tests, and old wounds that weren't even part of the original argument. And once you notice that pattern, it's impossible to unsee. Even when the sisters tried to build their own lanes, you could sense the emotional pressure hanging over everything they did. What Tamar is allegedly revealing now isn't just about her own healing. It's about exposing a dynamic that affected all of them. And while she's the only one openly speaking about it in this way, people are starting to notice subtle hints in the other sisters too. Little side comments, awkward pauses, moments of silence when Evelyn enters the room. Things that didn't stand out before are suddenly looking like signs of deeper emotional bruises to those rewatching old footage. It shows how much was happening behind the scenes long before cameras ever showed up. The question that keeps coming up is whether this family can ever truly heal from these patterns, or if they're destined to keep repeating the same cycles. Some fans are hopeful that Tamar speaking out might open the door for real conversations and genuine healing. Others are skeptical, pointing out that after years of public drama and documented conflicts, nothing seems to change. The sisters fight, they make up, they fight again. And at the center of it all is a mother whose own unresolved pain may have set the tone for everything that followed. So what do you think? Was Tamar unfairly blamed all these years, or did she play a role in the chaos too? Do you believe these reports that Evelyn's influence shaped the entire family dynamic, or is Tamar deflecting responsibility? Is it possible for a family with this much history and pain to ever truly heal? Drop your thoughts in the comments because this conversation is just getting started. And if you made it this far, hit that like button and subscribe so you don't miss what's coming next. I'll catch you in the next one.